Black Ops takes place 16 years after World War, when the protagonist, Alex Mason, is getting tortured by an unknown speaker in an interrogation room. He is being asked about these numbers appearing on the screen.
The numbers, Mason. What do they mean?
Damn, they really had streaming setups in the 60s. Okay, I focus. We are starting to relive a memory from 1961, where Mason is on a CIA mission to hunt down Fidel Castro, with his partners, Ice Cube and Tony Stark. Bowman and Woods. We know they are being serious, cause there is copyrighted music in the background, and Mason is shifting gears like his wife left him. Infiltrating Castro's mansion, we kill him and his lover, but the reinforcements give us too much trouble. Therefore Mason stays to help his teammates escape, and he gets captured. Yeah, it turns out it was a trap, and we only killed his double. Castro hands us over to the Soviets.
I have plans for you, American.
And as the interrogation continues, we relive another memory. 2 years after Mason was captured, he is now at Vorkuta with everyone's favorite, Viktor Reznov, as they are trying to pull off a great escape from the prison. After massacring the guards and playing a bit of Angry Birds, our heroes are making their way out on bikes, but it is only Mason who makes it out of the camp.
Come on! Step 8, Reznov! Freedom! For you, Mason! Not for me! Reznov!
On the next cut, we are at the Pentagon with Hudson. He's so badass he even wears shades at night.
Hudson. Mr. Shades. The guy was an ice cube.
Nah, mate, that name is already taken. Here we get a task to eliminate a man named Dragovich. You know, the dude who put us into the prison camp. While we are talking to JFK, Mason is having a weird hallucination. To be honest, I kinda understand why he is so nervous. You don't often meet someone who was named after an airport. This assassination mission takes place a week later, along with Operation Flashpoint, in which we have to kill a group named Ascension. This group consists ex-Nazi scientists now working for the Soviets, and they are making long-range missiles. The CIA had a double agent working with the Ascension, Weaver. However, he can't really answer the radio calls, because he goes through a transformation to become Big Boss. That sadistic idiot is Kravchenko, Imran Zakhaev's abandoned son. Carrying on with the mission, we save Weaver and blow this shit up. The scientists are dead, and Kravchenko is nowhere to be found. Great. At least we got Dragovich, right? Well, according to Woods, yeah. But in reality, Mason was convinced he was still alive, so he spent the next 5 years trying to track him down. The next memory is from 1968, where our team is sent to Khe Sanh in Vietnam to kick some asses and get ass kicked at the same time. Can we switch sides? I guess not then. Here Mason gets in contact with the Russian defector, who's in the nearby Hoi city. The defector has intel on Dragovich, so despite the fact that it's a suicide mission, Mason still goes in like a mad lad. It turns out the defector is Reznov himself. He hands over the dossier and joins our team. Reznov's intel revealed all of Dragovich's men, the masterminds of Nova 6. We see the origins of Nova 6 through the eyes of Reznov, straight out of 1945. It's the Arctic, and oh, look who's here. It's Dmitry Petrenko, the main protagonist from World at War. Yay! The mighty duo's mission was to capture Steiner alive, cause he was willing to cooperate with the Soviets. We find him and
Do not point that weapon at me, Russian dog!
Can we kill this b****? He leads us to the Nova 6, and since Dragovich wanted to see the effects of the weapon firsthand, they test the weapon on their own men, killing Dmitry. Before they could use the poison on Reznov, British units arrive and they unintentionally save Reznov. He destroys the Nova 6, and in return he gets imprisoned in Vorkuta. Back to Vietnam, our heroes were heading north, when their plane got shut down. As they are sweeping through the area, they discover that Kravchenko must be operating nearby, in Laos. Simultaneously, the CIA downed the Soviet cargo plane carrying Nova 6, and it also went down in Laos. What a coincidence. We head there, but the mission ends up in failure. The team gets captured, and now believed to be dead. Hudson and Weaver were sent to Kowloon to interrogate Dr. Clark, a chemical engineer who helped to stabilize this Nova 6 biochemical weapon. He was working directly with Steiner, but before he could share info about the numbers, he was killed by Dragovich's men. What really bugged me was that he was voiced by the same voice actor as Reznov. It felt weird.
Just because I accept the inevitability of my fate does not mean I'm in any hurry to embrace it.
Whatever you say, English.
The only person left who might help us with the numbers is Steiner, so we are about to pay him a visit in Mount Yamata. Hudson goes to find Steiner in his bunker, but unfortunately he's not there. He reveals on radio that his current location is at Rebirth Island. He's willing to help us because Dragovich is killing everyone who was involved with the Nova 6 project. He also unveils that there are sleeper cells all across the US. They are waiting for the signal to release the chemical weapon, and it's only 36 hours left to stop the broadcast. At this point the interrogator tells us that Mason was brainwashed in Vorkuta, and he can translate the numbers to find the broadcast station. Mason is passing out, and we see what happened in Laos. Our team was forced to play Russian roulette. Bowman refused to do so, and got executed.
Communist piece of shit.
Fucking assholes.
You're not going anywhere. Got him. For Bowman.
Mason and Woods could escape, and they found Kravchenko in his base. But since this sucker played with Marxism, Woods pushed him out the window as he exploded. After this mission, Mason went rogue and headed to the Rebirth Island, just like Hudson and Weaver. Unfortunately for them, and of course Steiner, Mason got there first.
My name is Victor Reznov, and I will have my revenge! My revenge! Mason, no!
As we've seen it from two separate points of view, it is now clear that Reznov was never really there after the prison escape. He only lived in Mason's mind, due to the brainwashing's side effect. The interrogators are Hudson and Weaver. Dragovich brainwashed Mason to kill Kennedy, but Reznov reprogrammed him to eliminate Dragovich, Kravchenko, and Steiner instead.
Dragovich, Kravchenko, Steiner. All must die.
Mason realizes what really happened. The brainwashing is now broken, and he remembers where the broadcast station is.
I know where the number station is. It's a ship. I saw it a long time ago. The Rusalka.
Where?
Cuba.
Yeah, baby, let's roll! The assault on Rusalka begins, with killing everyone on board. But the transmitter is down in an underwater facility. We head down there with Hudson, find Dragovich and smother him. With the mission done, we regroup with the others on the surface to see the most badass ending scene ever.